We are a trauma-informed care safe space. I am your provider, Melinda Zappone. I am a soon-to-be author of You Are Not Broken, which highlights my toolbox approach, which I aim to offer you here at Holding Space Concierge Therapies. Our motto here is that we don't want to fix you, we want to fit you. Whatever you are holding, we can hold it with you. We hold space for the three core stages of healing that you'll learn about in this presentation. The tools we feel are yours to behold, and we want you to take them with you. You are safe here as you enter an inner work journey. Our core concepts at Holding Space is the concept of holding trauma, which is not just for if you identify with PTSD, is for all of us who are holding on to difficult experiences and relationships with ourselves and self-concepts. We also follow a holding space concept, emotional and neurobiological safety, the idea that it's a fragmented self that we might be, treating here, but not a broken self in need of fixing. We offer the toolbox approach and also core concept of non-linear phases of healing means there's no order or no prescription way to go through your inner work and your inner healing. And we also rely on the core foundations of integrative healing and integrative mental health. Our philosophy here is to be trauma informed in mental health care. And as your provider here at Holding Space means I know we all have an accumulation of past experiences inside us that might be triggered at any point. That means at any point of contact, you may be going through something that I cannot be an expert on. I don't know what you're going through. And this means we never assume to know how things should go or be for you and your care here. We don't know what an individual is going through solely based on an initial assessment or an interaction. We take our time. My goal is to provide our patients with education about how their body holds their stuck and unprocessed emotional memories in ways that are not like episodes they can talk about. And this has been possibly keeping them away from friends, family, and even therapy as a resource prior to this, because it's not something that's easily put into words. And these stuck experiences or ideas about yourself cannot be accessed in traditional memory, and they really do block us seeing clearly regarding our life stories and experiences. So here we do not say the past is something we need to get over. If there are symptoms for a diagnosis, such as OCD, depression, panic disorder, substance abuse, food addictions, bipolar disorder, social anxiety, or PTSD, just to name a few of what we consider as holding disorders, we frame the symptoms as clues to things held. So if you have a diagnosis, we really view that as the evidence that you're holding, but not as the thing that needs to be fixed. Our philosophy, furthermore, is informed by the idea, again, that symptoms tell us about the blocks to health, and they may tell us about the emotional injury you have. These stuck things have acted like software in need of an upgrade. We find that to be a good metaphor. And this software that needs an upgrade is causing glitches in the operating system. Even if the system appears to work at times, there's a sense it's not reliable, and you feel that on the inside of yourself. There's a sense it's not safe to use your own system. If we apply this metaphor to a real person, it does not feel safe inside yourself to operate life fully. You can do it, of course. You may even have many accomplishments, but you may sense a brokenness that is merely covered up underneath those accomplishments or parenting tasks, whatever you're pursuing out there, and it's covering up. And there's a time where it just keeps coming back time and time again. Because of this, other people in your life feel very unsafe at times, and this is where triggers come from. They trigger a lack of safety inside, and they push us back to brokenness, these triggers, not the people themselves. But then we often just seem like we don't know what to do. Even our inner brokenness seems to get in the way of our relationships. Here at Holding Space, we say there is a whole person here feeling fragmented. However, there is no brokenness to fix. We help you see the injury and how you hold your life narrative and reprocess the past for new lessons, given the old ones have been that out of date software programs that make us less of a complete operating system. We find the complete underneath the glitches. Furthermore, our philosophy says that moving on is not our goal. Embodying all of you is. This is moving forward with the past as your pit stop to fuel from, when before it had been something to deny affects you. Therefore, what we do in therapy is to hold space for the need for tools for what we cannot say in words, allowing the tools to work at what the problem is. We never say get over it. We say get under, inside, and through these stuck experiences with the toolbox approach. When we acknowledge a narrative is damaged by stuck experiences that lack tools to process through, we realize emotional baggage only feels like broken, heavy things on you, in you even. With reprocessing tools, we free ourselves from a fixing mindset. We acknowledge the past is held in the body, and that is the only thing that holds us back. Here you'll see the link to the pop-up healing event. I'm not sure if you can hear me clicking on that link and hear my voice at the pop-up healing. Well, we'll include that in the notes. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can scroll down and access the slideshow notes. But that's something that Enya, Everyone Needs You Always LLC, the overarching company for Holding Space, does out in the community, offering pop-up healing events. That's part of our philosophy, to bring you through and through this journey with many, many resources. So here at Holding Space, we recognize that you are walking that bridge, and literally we help you walk that bridge with the way we are set up. From the parking lot to our building, there is a literal bridge. You'll be walking a literal and metaphorical bridge here to do inner work, and we understand this. Every step in your process is something we care about and pay attention to. What you do with our services can be both a container and a way to process, and yours to take with you for forever. The toolbox approach embraces 3 phases of inner work that unfold at your own pace and non-linearly. We hold space as you arrive, knowing it's a big step to do inner work. So in yoga, which is part of my background, when we get on the mat, that's only our preparation to arrive. And we honor that here at Holding Space, that you in your entering are really merely only preparing to arrive. We understand you're not ready all at once, and healing happens in stages. We hold space for your arrival. Your experience from the start is formatted to have you be present in your own arrival. You're having what we call a call to urgency. That is your own presence and noticing, I need to care about this, whatever it is. And we are so honored to hold space for this unique call to urgency to do inner work for you. Let this prepare to arrive concept land in you. And as you join our services, let it land in you that you're here and you're safe. Our therapy services, which are modeled after my toolbox approach, again found in You Are Not Broken, which will be excitingly published in 2025. We have the phases of healing here, once again, nonlinear. So we start with what are you holding assessment. This is the basic start for everyone, where we dismantle symptoms and diagnoses, and then we reassemble the foundation of your holding things profile. Here we develop a clear picture of symptoms that are because of unprocessed traumas, and find your trauma narrative or the story that needs healing. So once again, you do not have to identify as literally having PTSD or a big T trauma. We are all holding what they call these little T traumas, many of them kind of repetitive relationship ruptures that you may have had to face over the course of years and are just coming to recognize shaped a little bit of your concept of who you are and how you show up. So that assessment brings us into gently the narrative tools and narrative healing. And this other phase that we blend into after narrative tools and narrative healing, although we often commingle stages, is the reprocessing tools or reprocessing phase of healing. Here, you will get an education about reprocessing and test out what could work best for you. Time is spent understanding the unique way your body has responded to relational threats and how to move away from analyzing towards healing the nervous system. The last and most foundational phase of healing that I'm presenting to you, although once again, we are kind of commingling all the stages and phases and tools of healing, are relational tools or phase of healing. Healing the relationship with yourself requires caring more about what your body needs to feel safe biochemically and neurologically. There are tools in this stage to ensure you know how to sense and create boundaries, and tools to assess your healthy connection blueprint. We know that healing takes time and space. While we encourage a 6-month process, you see laid out here, it's the preparing to arrive, the call, feeling that call of urgency, identifying that call of urgency, our holding space assessment, the 3 phases of healing, and that all equals a 6-month commitment. We do acknowledge, though, that that may not be the end of your journey. And while we encourage a pause in services, we've kind of helped you figure out what that pause might look like for you. And there are still services to support your pause while you make use of the toolbox approach. Most importantly in the pause is the Brainbow Integrative Health Assessment that you can participate in just merely by paying the normal copay, which is very non-traditional. And normally to go to an integrative health specialist, you would possibly get a 30-minute consult for free, but then you would not be covered by insurance and you would have to attempt to get a super bill and submit as a specialist. But here we are offering services as part of your regular behavioral health. And we have a soft handoff way of referring to a local integrative medicine specialist if you find that's helpful for you. You'll see the other services in the pause include the Everyone Needs You Always podcast, pop-up healing events, the bi-weekly publication, and we are going to be offering a monthly group therapy. And of course, the book, You Are Not Broken, is free for all 6-month patients. Clarity is key, and clarity is care. Clear information about how we provide and receive care means I'm in good hands and I'm safe. Now, while I am your mental health provider, I do partner with Headway and LifeStance so that they can take of the financials and the administrative operations components. So here you'll see that Holding Space is a service of Enya. That's the larger overarching company. And we partner with Headway and LifeStance to create a mission for increased access to affordable, quality mental health care that is trauma-informed. Many of our services are usually specialized. However, we choose to partner with these carriers and have it all fall under your behavioral health benefit to make it possible for me to treat you through your insurance plan. Now, just some notes here again, because clarity is care. LifeStance Health clients participate in Holding Space Concierge Therapies with their existing patient portal. The insurance and benefit questions are clarified through that system only and not done through Headway. This makes it easy for me and you to focus on your care, while either Headway or LifeStance Health handles all the admin and insurance work. Your cost per session is based on your specific mental health benefit with your insurance plan. And all virtual clients, if you choose to attend virtually, go through the virtual waiting room. Now, just a few notes for Headway clients, and I'll include this link in the YouTube slide notes, since you cannot access the link as you're viewing it on YouTube. But they have some support articles for clients, while LifeStance clients would use their patient portal to ask questions through messaging. To get started through Headway profile is to search me on Headway, and when you find me, you can go below the when would you like to meet with Melinda Zappone and add your insurance information. If you search on LifeStance, or many of you are already LifeStance clients coming through the LifeStance experience on your own, you can walk through it with the intake team. Now, for Headway clients, some of you may have already found me and had your 15-minute consultation, added insurance, and scheduled your first session. If not, I encourage you to, that is part of the process, to schedule a 15-minute consult, and we'll determine if holding hands can fit to you. Once again, LifeStance clients are going through the intake team, and we know that LifeStance operations are working towards additional changes to their portal as well. There's really no need to switch platforms. Both are equally beneficial to joining Holding Space. Just some additional things for Headway clients. We offer auto corrections, and that just simplifies the billing process to make it easier for clients to stay on top of any cost changes. So they'll automatically refund or change your payment method on file if there's a discrepancy. And non-covered services, again, for Headway clients, the same thing. If we find out that your insurance does not cover your session, it'll be explained in easy to understand language through direct messaging, and we'll be alerted if your plan is ending and you don't have new coverage, and we can switch you over to sliding scale and private pay. There's also a payment compassion component to this to reduce the financial stress of unanticipated bills. Let's say you want to stay in therapy, but you're really worried about the weekly copay. If you choose to come weekly, you can do a scheduled payment plan. Also, LifeStance Health offers that in a different way. You just message through your portal and stay in communication through your patient portal. This is set up by you for Headway clients, and it occurs as a possibility after your first visit. This allows clients control over their payments and eliminates anxiety with respect to treatment downgrade due to finances. So we don't want you to downgrade due to finances. We want you to just select a schedule of payment that works for you. And this is what you'll see Headway clients. Once again, LifeStance clients can ask for this through their patient portal if you need a payment plan. This is scheduled payments for LifeStance. This will be what the section looks like. And once again, in the slideshow notes, you'll have links. Just because, although I am your mental health provider, and this is not the area that I really am involved with, I really care what you're going through, and I don't want anything to feel not safe about your experience. These additional resources, as mentioned, Substack biweekly free subscription, the Enya Everyone Needs You Always podcast on Spotify, the pop-up healing event live stream recording, and pop-up healing events in your Westchester or New York tri-state area. Hopefully, if we keep up with the success of them. And also, we're going to be offering group therapy in the pause as people approach that phase. These links will again be included in the notes if you are accessing this through YouTube. But just lastly, I want to say that, Holding Space Concierge Therapies, again, does not want to fix you. We want to fit you. If you'd like to become a patient, or you are a patient, and just want to be reminded of all the resources that you can access about how your care operates in the background, you can search me on Headway or on LifeStance, and there's always plenty of patient resources that you can access by logging in through your unique account. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you feel that you can be fully informed about Holding Space Concierge Therapies, and that you are safe here if you choose to join us.